Well, good afternoon and welcome to Zen Fits. I'm a little late this morning. On Friday, I always drive 50 miles to Colonial Heights, where I meet my friend Chuck and we have coffee and talk for a few hours, and then I drive back, stopping at Richland's Dairy and getting a half gallon of milk. And that's my Friday, and it's really kind of the highlight of my, my mundane week. But today, I made the wrong turn, and it's the right turn. And let me explain. So when I leave Colonial Heights, difficult to explain because you don't live here. But anyway, when I leave there, and I left Chuck at the shopping center. So when I go home, I have to get onto the interstate, and there's a south and a north. And every time I go that way, dropping Chuck off rather than taking him home first, which is another route. But whenever I go that route, I always end up taking I-95 north instead of south. And I say, oh shit, I made the wrong turn. And then I have to go a few miles up 95, turn around and come back. And so today, so I'm not going to make the wrong turn today. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to make the right turn. And damn if I didn't make the wrong turn again. I said, oh shit, I did it again. I just broke out laughing and went up and made my 6 miles out of the way, come back, and I began to contemplate this, why did I make the wrong turn? That was curious. I've been that way before. I've made the wrong turn several times. And this time I figured, well, I know the right way now. But sometimes these 95, the south and north, are a little confusing, and they might be together, and the arrow goes that way, and you get on, oh, this way, you go that way, and south went the other way. You should have gone there, and now you're stuck. You can't turn around, you see. So once you make the wrong turn, you got to follow the karma out. You can't reverse right there. You have to follow it out, you see. So there's kind of like a karmic message there, in the sense that karma is like a roller coaster ride, and you're standing on the dock there, and the cart comes up, and it says get in. And if you get in that cart, you got to go the whole ride. You can't get out again until you do the whole ride, and you come back, and it dumps you out where you were before. It dumps you out right where you were before. You see, that's karma. That's karma. One of the first karma stories I remember getting was about the yogi master and his disciple, and they were walking along, and the disciple said, Master, what does karma mean? And the master says, oh, you want to know what karma means? Okay, I'll tell you. But first, I'm thirsty. Would you get me some water? Oh, yes. So he went to get some water, had to cross a river, went to a farmhouse, asked for some water. The farmer had a daughter. He was attracted to the daughter. The farmer needed help. He said, well, now let me help you out and help you with the farm. And he got married to the daughter. And they had a family. He bought a farm down the road, had a family and children. And a great flood came and washed the family and the house, and they were all in the flood, and they all got washed away. And he struggled and almost drowned. And he ended up on the riverbank, half dead, and he looked up, and there was the yogi, there was the master, and said, where is my water? Got dumped out right where he started. So in little ways, we can see the operating system of karma. So when I was driving down the road, and I said, I don't want to make the wrong turn again. So I'm going to try. I'm going to try not to make the wrong turn again. And in the trying, I made the wrong turn. And I caught myself right in it. Right but I couldn't go back because I was already committed, you see. So I had to take that roller coaster ride all the way around, you see. I had to help the farmer, I had to marry the daughter, have a family, and everything, and then lose it all and get dumped out right back where I was. But see, this way, I didn't have to go through 10, 20, 30 years of a wrong turn. I got to see the wrong and the right turn, boom, like that, you see. So boom, like that. I saw it and I laughed. It was hilarious that I had made the wrong turn. And so right there, I was back where I started. Now, of course, I had to go out the 6 miles up and 6 and back, you see. I had to do that. But all the time, it was okay. I was laughing. You see, I mean, when you make the mistake, I mean, you make a choice. It creates a path. You have to follow it out. The question is the wrong turn the right turn? Simultaneously. So you want to be able to catch it right away. You don't want to have this 2 or 3 years before you can't help it. But usually you try to do the right thing, and it takes 2 or 3, 10 years, 20, 30 years, a whole lifetime of marrying the daughter and buying a new farm and having it all washed away and ending up back where you were, seeing it for the first time. You see. So that space between will you get me some water and having a whole lifetime of karma and ending up back right there, you see, is awakening. That's awakening. Now, the Buddha was asked once, what do you teach? Now, the Buddha taught for 40 years, but he narrowed the whole thing down to one sentence. He said, I teach suffering and the cessation of suffering. I teach, maybe not teach, but knowing suffering and the cessation of suffering. So what is the suffering but the karma? And the cessation of suffering is when you awaken and you realize that the whole karma was a dream. That the whole marrying the wife, the farmer's daughter, and the thing, and the family, and buying the property, and the mortgage, and all of that, you see, was my dream. And boom, I wake up and I'm back where I was with my master. And he asked me, where is my glass of water, you see? So that would be the right and the wrong turn happening simultaneously. So anyway, I hope you were able to follow this. I use my everyday mundane experiences to teach me the profound teachings of the Buddha and the transcendental way. The transcendental way is the way to the not managing suffering, but the cessation of suffering. But first you have to see it. If you don't see it, you can't arrive at the cessation. So the seeing is very important. Knowing that this is karma. This is karma. And then when you know it, you can laugh at it, you see. When you know it, it's okay. Because we're all in karma. We're all on a roller coaster ride of our life, our personal life. We're all in a roller coaster cart going on a karmic trip, you see. But when is it terrifying and when is it joy? Now, of course, you go to an amusement park and you pay money to ride on a roller coaster. But life is a roller coaster, but we don't pay for it. We're usually trying, I want to get off of this thing. And the more we try to make the right turn, the more wrong turns we create. I think that was what I learned today. The more we try to do right, the more wrong we do inconsequentially, you know. The more we try. So the secret to the cessation of suffering is to stop trying to end suffering. When you stop trying to end suffering, suffering ends. When we try to do right, we try to make the right turn, we try to end suffering, we create more wrong turns. Very simple, but you have to see it for yourself. Thanks for dropping in. Hope you have a Zen Fit today.